All right, so our second story in the literature anthology book is called Turtle, Turtle, Watch Out by April Sari. Okay, illustrated by Annie Patterson. So this week we are learning about animals and how they survive in their habitats. Okay, yesterday we read about the prairie guard dog that lives in the prairies, and that we learned that one of them, that each member of the family has a job. One of them is usually a guard. Okay, what the guard has a job where he peeks out to watch out if there's danger or anything, and so he can warn his family. We also learned about what do they do to keep themselves cool, and how they survive living in the prairie. All right. Today we will learn about a sea turtle and how it survives in its habitat. That sea turtles lives in the ocean, and how it survives in the ocean, and what happens when when it needs to lay eggs. Okay, so let's start reading our story. Turtle, turtle, watch out. 166. Late one night on a beach in Florida, a baby turtle story begins. It could be a short story or no story at all, if not for helping hands. Turtle is only an egg now. Her mother's flippers cover her with sand. All right? So here, the story begins about a baby turtle. Okay, but the turtle is still inside its egg. Hungry raccoons watch, and when mother turtle crawls back to sea, furry feet scurry, noses sniff, paws dig. Turtle, turtle, watch out! Young hands holding a flashlight scare the bandits away. So here, this is a mommy sea turtle, or a mother sea turtle. She comes out of the ocean and she crawls to the land, and she starts to dig a hole where she buries her eggs. Okay, so she digs a hole, puts all of her eggs inside, and then she covers it with sand, and then she goes back to the ocean. Okay, until they all hatch. Okay, on the beach there are animals that live there. Okay, we have furry animals such as raccoons. They start to crawl, and they start to crawl and run quickly. The word scurry, we took this word before. Scurry means to run quickly, as they start sniffing, the nose sniff. So they're walking in the beach, sniffing, trying to smell something to eat, and the paws start digging. So these animals are hungry and they're looking for something to eat. So they're running, and their nose are smelling or searching for a scent where they can find food, and their paws or their hands and legs start to dig. But who comes to rescue them? People with flashlight. They come with the flashlight, and they use the light to scare these animals away, to stay away from the turtle eggs. They place wire mesh around the turtle's nest to protect the buried eggs. Okay, so there are people that are trying to help and protect these turtle eggs. Okay, some of them bring flashlights to scare the animals away, such as raccoons, so they stop them from trying to dig out the eggs and eat them. Others make wire mesh, like a wire net, to place on top of the sand to keep the animals away. Morning comes. So does a car. It speeds towards the eggs. Turtle, turtle, watch out. The car stops. Hands have put up a painted sign. No driving on the beach, the sign says. The car leaves. The turtle nest is safe and undisturbed. Turtle sees none of this inside her egg. Okay, so people try to protect these turtle eggs by using flashlight to scare animals, by placing wire mesh, like a wire net, on top of the eggs. Okay, and other people make signs. They make a sign where they say no driving on the beach, so cars don't drive on top don't drive on the sand and hurt the eggs, so the turtle nest can stay safe. Okay. All right. On page 170, 2 months later, Turtle begins to tear her leathery eggshell. She rips it open with a special tooth. She rocks and wiggles to escape. Then she rests, still half in her shell. Her yolk sac attached to the bottom of her shell shrinks as her body absorbs energy. So after 2 months, okay, we know that each month has about 30 or 31 days. So after 60 or 62 days, no, 60 or 61 days, the baby turtles start to tear or break out of the shell. Okay? It says it rips it with a special tooth. Okay, it uses its mouth to break the eggshell and to come out. She rocks and wiggles to escape. So first, the turtle breaks out of the shell and she uses her mouth to come out. Then she starts moving or rocking her body to escape or get out of the shell. Okay? Then she rests, still half in her shell. Then she takes a break, and half of her body outside and half of her body inside. Okay? And it says her egg yolk attached to the bottom of her shell shrinks as her body absorbs energy. Okay? The egg yolk is the yellow part of an egg. Okay? The egg yolk of the turtle starts to become smaller as the turtle starts to get its energy and starts to move. A day later, nudging and pushing, she and the other hatchlings dig towards the surface. They scramble, then rest. Scramble, then rest. Their upward journey takes 3 whole days. Okay, so it says here after 2 months, the baby turtle starts to crack and hatch out of the eggs. This is the author trying to explain to us or describe to us how the baby turtles come out of the eggs. Okay, it starts to break the egg with her mouth, and then it starts to rock or move to escape or come out of the shell. And then as it gets more and more energy, it pushes itself out of the eggshell. It says they scramble, then rest. The scramble means to move around and then rest. Scramble and then they rest. And then their upward journey takes 3 whole days. Okay, so it takes 3 whole days to completely come out of the shell. Okay, finally, on a moonlight August night, the turtle peeks out of the sand. Other hatchlings below her are pushing her upward. All around her, the hatchling digs out. All right, remember that these eggs are buried under the sand. Okay, so when they all start to come out of the eggs, they start pushing each other. So they start to dig up out of the sand and they start walking. Okay, let's see where they crawl or where they walk to. Pushing against the sand, turtle crawls across the beach. Go to the light. That's all turtle knows. At night, the brightest light should be the horizon over the sea. Tonight it is not. Turtle crawls towards the wrong light shining from across the street. Okay, so after 3 days, the turtles start to completely come out of their eggs. They're out of their shell and they start digging out of the sand. Okay, remember they are under the sand. The eggs are buried under the sand. Okay, as they start to crawl out from the sand, they take a peek. They look out quickly and they start crawling or walking slowly. Where do they go? They start following the light that comes out of the moon. Okay, but here turtle crawls to the wrong light. It followed the light that came out of the street. Turtle, turtle, watch out. Where do you think turtle will crawl to? Make a prediction about what will happen. It's asking you here, since the turtle followed the wrong light, instead of following the light, the moonlight, the light that comes out of the moon, it followed the light that come from a street pole. Where do you think it will go? Okay, think about it. Where do you think the turtle will come out, and where do you think they will go? Let's find out. Small hands switch off the light. Turtle turns and crawls the other way. She scurries towards the ocean waves. Okay, so as small hands switch off the light, turtle turns and crawls the other way. When they see that the light is turned off, the turtles turn around and they scurry or walk quickly or crawl quickly to the ocean waves. Okay, now they start crawling or moving towards the ocean waves. Step by step, she journeys down the beach. Animals gather, herons, cats, and raccoons. They are hungry and are here to eat the hatchlings. Turtle, watch out. Okay, so as these tiny turtles start crawling to the ocean, animals start to gather to come around them. What kind of animals? Such as cats, raccoons, and night herons, because they're hungry. They want to eat these baby turtles. Okay, so they are in danger. These baby turtles are in danger, and they're trying to scurry or run quickly away from these animals that want to eat them. Okay, page 173. Quickly, turtle scoots to the water. Whoosh! Water picks her up and carries her seaward, then pushes her back towards the beach. Whoosh! Waves tumble her tiny body, then carry her to sea again. She pushes her flippers. She can swim. She swims past hungry fish. Current catches her and carry her far from shore. So now that they reach the water, or the water in the ocean, okay, what happens? The waves push them back to the beach, and then they go back, and then again the waves push them back to the sea, and then they finally reach the water, and what do? They start using their flippers so they can swim. Inside the water, they face other types of danger. The currents can catch them. When the water moves quickly, sometimes they can be caught in the current, or these fast movement of water can take them very far from the shore or from the land. Okay, and also big fish can try to eat them. So on land, on land they are in danger because animals such as cats and raccoons want to eat them, and in the water they can either be taken away by the current, the fast movement of water, or be eaten by a hungry fish. Okay, what else? For months, she drifts in patches of seaweeds. She dines on tiny plants and animals. She grows. Currents carry her thousands of miles, circling an ocean wide, until one day she leaves the floating sargassum and a mass of algae. She begins to swim. Past islands, past sailfish, past humpback whales, she reaches a coral reef where she spies a tasty jellyfish. Turtle, watch out. Okay, so here it's telling you her journey. Where does this turtle go? Okay, as she swims in the water, she's taken by the movement of the water. Okay, and it tells you here what she eats. It says that the turtle eats tiny plants and animals. So this turtle eats tiny plants and animals that she finds in the water, and then she starts to grow. Okay, what takes her from one place to another? The current, the movement of the water takes her far, thousands of miles away, to a far place. What else? And then she leaves the floating sargassum, the mass of algae. These are all plants. Okay, she passed by islands, she passed by sailfish, she passed by whales. All of these stuff that she sees and passes by in the water. And then she reaches a coral reef. These are coral reefs, okay? Under the ground. Okay, some are hard and some are soft. And while she reaches a coral reef, she spies or sees a tasty jellyfish. Okay, she thinks the turtle starts and thinks she sees a jellyfish. Splash! Quick hands dip down, grabbing the plastic bag. It looks like a jellyfish, but it is not. It could choke a turtle or clog its belly. Okay, so the turtle, while she's on the coral reef, she thinks she sees a yummy jellyfish that she wants to eat. Okay, but what does the jellyfish turn out to be? It turns out to be a plastic bag. And if the turtle eats it, it can choke, it can stuck to her throat or clog in its belly. Clog means to be stuck in her belly. Okay, so she can choke. Choke means to like not be able to swallow. It can be stuck in her throat, or it can clog in her belly. Okay, so 176. Turtle swims onward. She looks for other food. As she grows, her jaws crack open conchs, crabs, and clams. For 20 years, this is her turtle life, until one day she feels restless. Okay, so here it says that the turtle continues to swim. It goes on swimming and swimming, looking for food. And while she's looking for food, she finds food and she eats it. Okay, after many years, she starts to grow. As the turtle grows, the food that she eats also changes. What does she start? Her mouth or her jaw can start eating more hard food, such as crabs and clams. And for 20 years, this is her life. Now the turtle's 20 years old, until one day she feels restless. She feels tired. She cannot stay still. She starts to feel tired and she starts to move a lot. It is time for her to travel far and fast. She flaps her flippers like underwater wings. She swims and swims past ships sailing and sunken. 3 sharks see her. So now the sea turtle's 20 years old. It's bigger and it's eating more hard food, and then she becomes restless. When she becomes restless, that means she needs to travel far. She has traveled far and fast. So what does she do? She starts to flap her flippers like wings. Okay? And as she swims faster, she's passed by ships, sailings, like sails of like boats. Okay? And then she also sees 3 sharks. Okay, these sharks might want to attack her. It says, turtle, turtle, watch out. Okay, 3 sharks pursue her. No hands can help her now. She swims faster and faster and finally escapes. So remember on the last page, 3 sharks see her and they try to catch her. But nobody can save her. So what does she do? She tries to save herself by swimming faster, and finally she escapes. She runs away from them. But she does not see a shrimper's net rushing towards her. Turtle, turtle, watch out. So here now, this turtle, after she ran away or swims away from the 3 sharks, what happens? She didn't see a shrimp net. This is a net where they catch shrimp, like the small seafood is called shrimp, or in Arabic they call it gambari. Yeah, this is a shrimp that collects shrimps, and she did not see it, so she gets caught inside. In an instant, she is swept into a net. It drags her down. She needs to surface to breathe. The boat pulls, tumbling her to the back of the net. She's almost out of air. When she slips through an escape hatch, she is free. Okay, so now she got stuck into the shrimp nest, and then she starts to have problems breathing. Okay, because it pulls her all the way down. So now the sea turtle can't catch air. when the net opens and closes, she is able to escape. Months before, weathered hands had sewn the hatch on the net just so sea turtles could escape. Okay, so it says that this net has openings, okay, just in case animals such as sea turtles gets caught, and then it would open to let these animals free, because this net only wants to collect shrimp. Okay. All right. Shaken but safe, turtle swims on. She meets a male turtle and they mate. Later, under a summer moon, turtle swims towards the breaking waves. Okay? So now here, after she runs away or escapes from the net, she is safe. Okay? She continues to swim, and then she meets a male turtle or a boy turtle. Okay? And then she's an adult turtle, and she goes back to she swims and she goes back to the beach. Okay. Okay, now this now the turtle, she's an adult turtle and she has eggs. Okay, so what is she gonna do? Thud. Her heavy body hits the hard shore. It is the same beach where she hatched, but now things are different now. She is a mother turtle about to lay her eggs. So now a turtle, she's an adult and she has her eggs. So where does she go? She goes back to the same beach in summertime to lay her eggs and bury them. One day those eggs will hatch. The tiny turtles will begin their journeys, scrambling across the sand, and some will make it with a little luck and fast-moving flippers and the help of many hands. So here, turtle, she's big now and she has her own. She's gonna become she's a mother. So what does she do? She goes back to the same beach to lay her eggs and bury them in the beach where she was born. Okay? And it says the same story will be repeated, where people will try to save and protect her eggs, and as the same thing will happen to her. Okay, so if we talk about the topic of the story, what is this whole story about? This whole story is about the life of a sea turtle. Okay, as we started, the story started about the baby, the sea turtle, that from the time she was in her mom and inside the eggs, inside the shell. I'm sorry. Okay, so the topic or the idea of the story is about the life of a sea turtle. Okay, what happened? The mother turtle. Okay, what does the mother turtle do? When she has eggs, she crawls to the beach and she digs and lay her eggs and she buries them. Okay, it says here the turtle hatches and crawls towards the light. This is when it starts to come out. Okay, so what do turtles do when they have eggs? They crawl to the beach, they dig a hole, they put in their eggs, and then they cover it with sand, so they bury them. Okay, after 2 months, the eggs start to hatch or come out of the shell, and then the baby turtles start to crawl or walk slowly, following the light. What light do they follow? They follow the moonlight. Okay, as soon as they reach the water, the waves push them back to the land, and then they start using their flippers. They go back to the water, and then until they start swimming, and this is where the life in the ocean starts. Okay, how do these turtles live? How do they survive? They swim, okay, and they are carried by the ocean current. Means the waves, they push them far and near. Okay, what else? They start to eat tiny animals and plants so they can grow. And as they become bigger, the turtle becomes bigger and they grow, they start eating more hard food like clams and crabs. Okay, sea animals that has shells. Okay, what else? As they become bigger, they start to escape from animals that want to attack them, want to eat them. They escape from nets, as we read from the story, nets that try to catch fish and shrimp. Okay, when the turtle is an adult turtle and it has its own eggs, it returns back to the beach, as it says here. The adult turtle or the mother turtle goes back or returns to the beach where she was born to lay her eggs. Okay, so these are just some details about the life of a sea turtle. Okay, so as we said this week, that the genre of the story is narrative nonfiction. What does narrative mean? Narrative mean that this story is told by a person. So if I go back and said by April Polisari is the narrator. She is the person that went and learned about the life of a sea turtle, and now she's the narrator. She's telling us about the life of a sea turtle. Okay, so that's the meaning of narrative. What about nonfiction? The nonfiction means the story is real. Okay, so this is a real story about a real thing. What is the story about? It's a story about a sea turtle and its life. Okay, so Turtle, Watch Out is a narrative nonfiction because it's told by a narrator, April Pulley. Okay, and it tells you or gives you information or real information about a real animal, which is a real sea turtle. Okay, what else? It gave us facts and information. It gave us real details. All these are real details about how a turtle survives, lives, and how it was born. Okay, also we have words that are darker than the other words. Okay, these are called bold print. These words are important. They show you that these words are important. Correct? So these are all features or things that show us that this story is a narrative nonfiction. Okay, hope you enjoyed the story. See you next